Alright everybody, what is going on? Welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're going to delve even deeper into the MVP prospect that is Lamar Jackson, who's taking over the NFL at the moment. But what I want to do is just go back a bit. I want to go back to just after he'd finished college. I've just read that he won the Heisman Trophy. I don't know the exact history behind that, but I just heard a commentator say it. So he won the Heisman Trophy, alright. So he goes into the combine as the top-rated quarterback, top-rated player. I want to see a couple of interviews with Lamar Jackson, one before the combine and one straight after the combine, and we're also going to watch his combine highlights. So the first video of the day is going to be after his Pro Bowl workout. I haven't really heard him speak. I haven't really heard his voice. I'd love to just find out a bit more about him and about what makes him tick and about, I guess, his college football, and also just how he speaks, how he comes across, because that's important. That's a first impression.
I'm excited because I've watched an awful lot of film of this guy. I think he's the most spectacular athlete in this draft. I believe he's a quarterback only, and I'm not even going to talk about anything else. Lamar, you come out.
Okay, so they're trying to say that he could have played other positions. Interesting.
Out here today. What did you want to prove? What did you want to show these guys?
Well, I came out here to show, to prove to the guys, I could throw any pass from under center. Instead of going to gun, that was a lot of things the guys were saying. You got to see how fast you can get back in the pocket and have velocity on the ball.
Ooh. And I like the fact that you put a center in there.
Yes,
like
sir.
A lot of people, when they say they're going under center at the pro day, they're just pretending to be under center.
Oh, yes, sir.
You actually had Jaron under there, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
Everything go okay with that?
Yes, sir. Jaron Christian did a great job, mentored by Hugo. Yes, sir.
So while you're working on your footwork, and to me that's the biggest thing for any young quarterback. I talk about having the eyes and the feet connected, and that equals accuracy.
Yes, sir.
Tell me a little bit about what you're doing from a drill perspective and how you're trying to get more consistent with your feet, which turns into more consistent accuracy.
Well, my coach, Joshua Harris, he always had me do figure eights and stuff like that before practices. Right. Flipping my hips, put my foot outside the target, to have a more accurate ball. There's a lot of drills we did. Yes,
so it was interesting because I come in here this morning and I got all the scouts saying, hey, you think...
First impressions, he's onto it. He's speaking fast, he's speaking fluently, he's on point, man.
I said, I don't think he is. What went into this?
So he went to Louisville, and this is their pro day at the end of... Okay, so each... That's right. Okay, so before the combine, each college or university will have a pro day where some coaches can come along and look. Okay.
Decision to not run the 40, because everybody wants to know, are you 4.33? Are you 4.4? I don't personally, by the way, I don't care. You're fast enough.
Yes,
but what went into that decision?
Well, I feel, game speed, you're going to tell it all. You got to catch me first. So.
Oh, he didn't run the 40-yard dash. Okay.
Yeah, I approved of that. Yes, sir.
I told you before we went on air, I was a safety, and I would hate to play against you.
Yes, sir.
So, when you look at the perfect situation for you at the next level, what would it be?
Anywhere. I feel I can land anywhere, just the team that hired me. I'm going to prove them wrong, I'm going to show them a lot. I'm going to get there. Did you get a chance to watch any of Deshaun Watson last year with Houston and how they played him? Oh yeah. I watched the Bengals game. Deshaun did his thing. He's a great quarterback. I feel he's going to be one of the greatest. So when you look at Deshaun and his style of play and how he came into the league day one...
He is fucking onto it, man. He'd be intense in the film room, I can tell.
Dominated.
Yes, sir.
Do you see any of yourself in that style of play and the same kind of ability?
It don't really matter what style of play, but I feel I had the same ability. Yes, sir.
So day one, you can come in and compete to be the starting quarterback.
Absolutely.
Have you had a chance to get with the NFL scouts and coaches and get up on the board and talk technical football with them?
Yeah, at the combine.
Right.
Yes, sir.
And you're going to get a lot more of that
yes, sir.
in the meetings with these guys.
Yes,
so
okay, so the Pro Bowl was actually after the combine. Got that wrong, didn't I?
When the quarterback coach or the coordinator pick a team, the Pittsburgh Steelers says get up there and we're going to start talking about what your reads are, single high versus dual high. What are you throwing and why? How are you going to handle that?
I'm going to listen to my coach. I get coached very well. I can learn in the system. Since I was a little kid, with different levels and stuff like that. I feel like, whatever he teaches me, I'm going to learn and I'm going to show him.
What's your favorite route to throw?
Oh, it's a lot of favorite routes,
give me two or three favorite
post routes.
So here's the deal. Okay, you're playing Florida State. Let's pick a time. Fourth quarter. 3rd and 8.
3rd and 8.
Game's on the line. What do you want to call? What are you going to call in that situation?
Depending on what coverage, you know, if they go single high or cover 3, you know, I might run 80, you know, go away from the safety rotation, get the first down, 10-yard curl.
Okay, so you're in the huddle, and give me a call right now in the huddle, 3rd and 8, pre-snap. Go ahead.
All right. Gun doubles right, 80, that's the play.
And that's all it is?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you come up on the line now. Are you calling pass protection?
How cool is this shit?
Oh, you know, they call it in, you know, I just relay it to the center, but if it's a blitz, I can change it, Lucky Ringo, stuff like that. Yes,
okay,
sir.
and all of a sudden, that single high look that you thought you were going to get goes to 2 high. What are you going to now?
To my in cut. Yes, sir.
Opposite side or same side?
Might as well be in the middle of the field.
See? That's good stuff, man.
Yes,
nice shot.
Fuck, I wish I could understand that.
Listen, just a quick
I really do,
feeling
but I can't.
that today's over, the combine's over. It looks to me like you're relieved, man.
Oh, yes, sir, I am. But, you know, it's still work to be done. So I'm going to still be working.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Listen, man, we appreciate you taking the time.
No problem.
I'm one of your biggest fans. I know your mom's probably #1, but I'm one of your biggest fans. I'm rooting for you, okay?
Appreciate that. Yes,
Good
sir.
luck.
Thank you.
That is sick, guys. That's absolutely sick. And now we're going to watch his combine highlights.
Dropping it in right in the bucket. Obviously well documented, but the kid can rip.
So how far is it? Okay, so he's on the... How far is that throw? It's on the 10.
Dropping it in right in the bucket.
45 yards, just slings it like nothing.
He gets out here and throws it, so you know, a little shaky with the first couple throws, but that's to be expected. These guys will start warming up and he's just fine. He's Lamar.
I think he's trying to be accurate here. Just open it up and rip it.
Yeah.
I think he's a quarterback, and I think it starts with what he does with his legs.
That looked effortless and went about 50, 60 yards in the air. Lamar Jackson, Heisman Trophy winner in this group.
Some good throws there.
Pro, yep.
Arm kind of pops off at you as far as the velocity goes.
Nice.
Is what he's going to be working on here.
Yeah, excuse me? Show me his 40. Alright, let's see his full combine highlights. Let's go.
Warming up while the 40s were going on. Here's Lamar Jackson, and they're just warming him up and doing some movement drills with him also. He's never been under center, so the full...
Actually, you know what?
Great catch.
I can't tell you how hard that catch is right there. To be running that fast, Mike,
Right.
turn around and catch that ball, that's an incredible grab.
Admitted, but the kid connected.
We saw this.
As far as the velocity.
They'll probably be watching this thinking, oh, is this guy going to be a quarterback or not? And that's what they actually mentioned in the previous interview. Seen that. Come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. We're not going to see it, are we? Fuck. Lamar Jackson, 40-yard dash. The only reason why I'm actually looking for his 40-yard dash is because... Actually... Favorite, Tony Brown, Trey... No, he didn't run, did he? No. Oh well, let's continue.
Head down to the field where Lamar Jackson is waiting, the Heisman Trophy winner, Maxwell Award, 2-time ACC Player of the Year. Awfully decorated, and how about 119 touchdowns?
Is that it?
He accounted for in 3 seasons at Louisville. Lamar, how you doing?
I'm doing wonderful.
How'd your day go? What were you looking
He's doing
at?
wonderful. He's doing wonderful. That's a great first impression, man. That's all I gotta say. Listen to that, man. That's sick. What a good cunt.
What do you take? How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful.
How'd your day go? What were you looking to get out of it, and what do you take away from this?
I felt I did pretty good today. Missed a lot of passes I think I wanted back, but you know, sometimes you can't be perfect.
Lamar,
He does look older now. He looks bigger. Like he's only going to fill out as, you know, fuck. His physical prime's not going to be till he's late 20s, 30. You know what I mean? It's incredible to think about.
We're fascinated by your athleticism. Why did you elect not to run the 40 today?
I decided to run on pro day. You know, I don't want to show it out here. You know, they've been talking about receiving and stuff like that, so I didn't feel I should do it.
And thinking about the wide receiver thing, how do you feel about...
Hang on, he did run it on pro day. I saw the pro day highlights just before. I have to see this, man. I gotta see this. Pro day highlights and analysis.
And here we go, first throw in the
here we go.
session for Lamar Jackson on the money, but it dropped there.
Notice there's a center which I really like, and rarely do you see this at Pro Day. Even when you say you're going under center, typically they don't literally do it. So far it's all under center, 3-step, in-breaking slant routes, and every throw has been a good throw. 5-step, here comes one.
Get it? Oh, what a catch!
Great catch.
What a catch.
Right, so that was our first deeper throw that we saw from Lamar. Nice catch by the receiver here.
One thing that stands out in this workout, the slant is his money route. The slant is his
you can
layup.
tell.
The slant is his thing. When you watch the tape, that's what he threw very, very well.
Whether it's conventional or non-conventional, he's going to put points on the board. And, you know, there he just sailed one. That was an ugly-looking out-breaking throw right there. It was everything you guys were talking about right there on the first deep out route. That was a far hash out, and it wasn't even close. Now, it has nothing to do with arm talent. Let's make that clear. And then the second thing is you're going to have to put up with some of this stuff to get to all those electrifying plays that DJ was just talking about.
Right.
I think he's throwing the ball better than Teddy did when Teddy was coming, just in the pro day session, not talking about the tape, just the pro day.
DJ, there's no doubt, okay? And that was a difficult pro day. I think Lamar Jackson's has been pretty solid with what they've asked him to do. I think the deep ball
look at everyone.
touch and accuracy has been
Look at everyone watching, man. Seriously, it'd be
really solid.
It was a solid pro day.
I'd be anxious.
I don't think anything spectacular, and I don't think he was terrible. It was just a solid day.
He hit it down the fairway. He didn't mess it up. I think if you look at this performance compared to the way that he looked at the combine, this was an improvement. I felt like he was in better rhythm. He threw with more confidence. He was more decisive. Yes, I would have liked to see him push the ball outside the numbers, but what he was able to do working inside, I think it just kind of confirms how you're going to have to play with him if he has to play right away in your system. You're going to have to throw the ball inside the numbers.
Jackson, 40-yard dash. Because he did not run at the combine or his pro day, I was curious how fast Lamar Jackson really was. I was expecting him to be absurdly fast, but this blew me away. For context, I selected a play where Jackson ran 40 yards and was not at full speed when he started the 40-yard run. Okay, this is probably the best we're going to get. Let's go. Interesting. And he's got a helmet on and pads. Yeah, that's not accurate. Alright, let's watch this and then we're done. We're done with Lamar Jackson for today.
But when people propose that to you, do you feel like that's disrespectful to what you've been able to accomplish as a quarterback in college?
Absolutely. You know, there's a lot of quarterbacks who was able to do have my ability, you know, make people miss. But, you know, they never labeled them as a wide receiver. So I feel I should have a chance at quarterback.
When you said the wide receiver thing, is that specifically why you didn't run the 40? Were you
Thank God he didn't go as a wide receiver.
Not running it before they came to you to request that the teams had requested you work out as a wide receiver?
At first I was gonna run, you know, as a quarterback, but you know they were saying wide receiver, so I had to let them know, yeah, I'm just gonna throw today.
What did that come up in any of the interviews?
No, sir, it didn't.
Not at all.
No.
What were those like? What kind of things were
That's so interesting. Okay, he didn't want to show anyone his speed because he was afraid of people, you know, putting him into this box that said, you know, people that fast can't play quarterback. Or maybe they'd be looking at his speed and that would be such a factor that because he may have, you know, not thrown as well as what he could have, they'd be saying, oh, nah, he's fast. Nah, we won't worry about his throwing. Let's just focus on his speed and his agility and put him somewhere else on the field. So that's really interesting. So there was probably a reason behind it. Will we ever see Lamar Jackson run a 40-yard dash? Who knows?
Asking you about the quarterback position in those interviews, if you can share.
Well, in the quarterback interview room, you know, they were just trying to see what I knew. Why would I do certain plays? You know, they were showing me a lot of film work on myself and just asking me like what I thought about it and stuff like that.
So leading up into the combine, what were some of the things that you were working on at quarterback? What, footwork, mechanics, IQ stuff? What have you been working on since we last saw you at Louisville?
Mostly footwork and mechanics, you know, and my accuracy. You know, I've been doing that a lot, so yeah.
What specifically were you working on footwork? I mean, what were you told that you needed to fix?
My narrow stance, you know, trying to keep a wider base on my drops and in my stance.
So you have a few weeks before you get back to your pro day. What's the next step? What are the things that you want to take from this event to then work on so you can be at your best during your pro day later in the month?
Keeping my foot on the ground, and putting great balls in my receiver's hand.
You said you would like to have some throws back when you first joined us there. As we were watching you, one of the things that everybody, all the scouts had been mentioning was the inside routes. And
You've got purple boots. Purple boots at the combine, and lo and behold, he goes to the Ravens.
Routes looked. Did they ask you about that? Can you speak to that? And do you feel like you're getting better on
nice
those outside routes?
I feel I am. I was seeing my guys, in pretty good positions as we went along today. So I think that was pretty good today.
Lamar, when we go back and we look at you at Louisville, what would you say the strengths of your game? What are the things that you do really, really well as a quarterback?
I feel placing the ball very well with my receivers, knowing my receivers, reading defense very well. Yes,
one of the things when I watch tape that I noticed with you, we know how electric you are as a runner.
Yes, sir.
But you got to get down. And I wonder the teams, you run past everyone, but you're not a slider. You're not afraid to take on contact and get the most yards you can for your team. Did teams talk to you about sliding and getting down and avoiding that contact in the physical NFL?
Yeah, they were telling me,
I've seen them do it a couple of times in the NFL clips that I've seen.
These guys are a lot bigger, physical, and I got to protect myself. They would like to have me last 16 games instead of 10 games and end up injuring myself. So yeah.
Do you feel you always hear the term avoid contact, especially like Russell Wilson, avoid contact. Do you know how to avoid contact? You kind of is that when you see someone in your periphery, can you feel them coming? How do you get out of the way of that kind of contact?
Well, I feel them guys coming, and I know where I left them at. If I make a move on someone and looking at my next defender, I kind of feel like I have a feeling for him. So that's why I think I avoid the contact very well.
Lamar, you had the opportunity to play under a guy who...
That's so interesting. Once you beat him, you kind of know where you've left him, and so he's focusing on his next defender, but and subconsciously he's, I guess, imagining that guy who he's beaten turn around and start running back after him. But to hear him say that, I've never actually heard anyone sort of speak about it like that, and that's cool.
Known and respected in NFL circles for developing quarterbacks and Bobby Petrino. Each year your completion rate improved. What were the things that you were able to learn under Bobby Petrino that are going to give you an opportunity to be a successful NFL quarterback?
Keeping my poise, not having narrow base. He always talked to me about that too, and bringing my hand down the middle when I throw the ball, finishing in my releases.
We love making comparisons. Want to figure out Lamar Jackson is the next fill in the blank. Give us an idea of who you enjoyed watching. Did you pattern your game after anybody? And who do you think you maybe resemble that's played either now, currently, or before in the NFL?
I love Michael Vick. That's my favorite player all the time. And I grew up watching Cam Newton. I watched a lot of Drew Brees and guys like that.
Actually reminds me of Cam Newton, like even the way he looks and stuff.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good list.
Interesting.
Some successful guys.
Well, and Vic speaks highly of you as well. I know that you've got a relationship with Mike. Can you talk about that for a second?
Actually, I have to get closer with him. He be calling me and stuff like that, but we be on different pages, different schedules and stuff like that. So I got to reach out to him after we're done with this.
It would really be great for you to reach out to him because he can probably help you in just terms of making the transition, understanding how guys want to see you play at the next level and those things. It's always great to have someone who is being able to go through it to help you. I want to ask you this. If I had to pick one game out of your collegiate career that really defines who Lamar Jackson is, if this is a resume and I'm selling you to an NFL team, what is the one game that I should show NFL guys, hey, this is what Lamar Jackson is, this is what he could be as a pro?
Just because he was a great player, coming out of college, he was a rookie this year, did a phenomenal job. Deshaun Watson when we played Clemson 2016. I felt we was going at it that game. Yes, sir.
That was a great game, and I thought it was defining for both of you guys. You got off to a bad start, and then you brought your team all the way back. Deshaun, he wasn't having a great game, and then he made that same transition and come back in the fourth quarter. So I thought that's a great game for you to mention.
Yes, sir.
Did any of the teams and the coaches in the interviews, Lamar, talk to you about the kind of offense that you would prefer to run? What kind of offense you think you would thrive in, or did they talk to you about maybe the different styles of offense that they prefer to run and how you might fit into those?
Well, Coach Petrino had that Earhart offense, so I feel I can get in any offense and learn the system very well. I just need to get the playbook and just do a lot of film on it. I fit anywhere.
And thinking about that, there's been a lot of conversation about the offense and will you be able to kind of transition to an NFL offense. But now as I'm seeing teams run RPOs and some of the other stuff, did you guys do a lot of RPOs at Louisville? What kind of offense did you really run at Louisville?
Well, we ran an air raid offense. You know, we'll throw the ball, we'll get a shotgun, we'll get under center. We ran it all.
All right, last thing. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to cut you off, Lamar. Last thing, though. Since you didn't run the 40, but you were going to run it, you probably had a time in your head. What would you have run? Would you have been the number 1 40 today? Would you have beaten a 4.38 today?
I probably would have matched it. I think I'd have run a 4.3 though.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
There we go. We'll
Can
take
you
that.
still go run?
Come on.
We just want to see it. We know you.
There's a QB 17 number down there. Just go throw that QB 17 on. Let's see you
We're dying to see it.
Congratulations on all the success, Lamar. We look forward.
No, but seriously, go and fucking run it.
To the pro day and walking through this whole process with you down the road.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, there he goes, Lamar Jackson.
How are you feeling today, Lamar? Wonderful. Just wonderful. Man, he is wonderful. He's amazing. That's Lamar Jackson. And, well, I've probably spent about 3.5 hours all up. Maybe 3. Probably 3 hours watching this guy this morning. And, well, that's what I love to do. Expect more where that came from. I don't know exactly where we're going to go from here. I don't have much of a list of players or games or anything. So there we are. We're all done. That was Lamar Jackson. That was my look at Lamar Jackson. I haven't read his Wikipedia, which is crazy because I probably should have done that first. But look, plenty of time for that. I've just taken in what I've seen and given you my thoughts and my reaction. Hit the like button, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, everybody.